couple of days ago, Linda Brown, who helped integrate public schools in Topeka, Kansas, the name Brown versus the Board of Education, you'll know, passed away, and that's my hometown. So I grew up in Topeka, Kansas, and so I've always had the shadow of Brown versus the board in my background. It's always there. My dad, who passed last year, he had to integrate public schools in Topeka, Kansas. And he had been in racially segregated schools and had been treated quite lovely by the teachers there. So he was well taken care of from the community, from the church, all the way to the school and back. And then he was entered into a place that he knowingly went in knowing it was going to be hostile. And he held on to that for a long time. But what I watched with my dad over time is I saw the more he got out into the world and the more he interacted with people that, quite honestly, he probably wouldn't have interacted with in the past, he also began to change his perception about how a particular group was. And it was because he had the exposure. He had a bridge to somebody that was different than him. Sometimes it was by happenstance, sometimes it was intentional. But that bridge that he made began the process of transforming him. And in some cases, my dad was a mortician. In some cases, it was a bridge to the LGBT community during the AIDS epidemic. Sometimes it was to a white business partner that he would have never ever had the chance to partner with if he hadn't taken the chance to get to know them, because there was a certain amount of trauma there, right? He transcended that and really became somebody that embraced humanity. And I say that because role models matter. One of my favorite rappers, philosophers, teachers, scholars, Chuck D from Public Enemy, he said, most of my heroes don't appear on a stamp. And when you are in community and you're exposed to something different than you're used to being exposed to, it opens up a conversation about how much, not just that we're different, but how much we're similar and how much we can connect and why that connection matters and how that connection can take us from where we are right now to really where we want to go. Is not a disintegrated community, but an integrated one that allows us to see the best in one another and bring out the best in one another.